What is too feminine, what is too masculine.
Exactly.
We all, at the end of the day, have certain features which are sharp, certain features which are soft. There are people transitioning if they don't identify with their gender. So who's to decide what? I don't want her to become, one of the butt of the jokes. And I'm not trying to invalidate their identity, because at the end of the day, I am a cis girl representing a community where I perhaps wouldn't know the detailing of and the complexities that they deal with in their daily lives. Some people might make a comment about, oh, how, hair was perfectly blow-dried in a situation where there's an intense scene going on. She is somebody who's missed out a lot in her life while growing up, where there are a lot of desires and embedded dreams which could never be culminated because of whatever XYZ factors of the society or family, this, that.
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Speak Easy. Today my guest is extremely special. She is making us very proud with the recent choice particularly that she made. She's fearless in what she's doing and we are extremely proud of her. I'm talking about the beautiful Vaani Kapoor. Thank you for joining in.
Thank you for this lovely introduction you gave.
Oh, it's a great choice, but it is a brave choice. I feel what you've done in Chandigarh Kare Aashiqui takes a lot of conviction and a lot of belief, and also a part of you believes in the cause of it, and you're an ally clearly. So I want to know, playing a trans girl, what were your thoughts? So how difficult was it for you to truly portray her authentically?
I'm going to break your question in I'll just break them up a bit.
Yeah, please.
Like how you're saying it's a brave, it's irrespective, you still feel it's a brave choice. I do agree that there are a lot of people who still might be doubtful of it. But I have to say, keeping the script in mind that I thought it blew me away the first time I read it. My call right after reading went to, of course, the filmmaker Gattu to just see how he is viewing Manvi, because it's a very tricky subject which has never been done before, or it's never been presented like this before. So it had to be designed in a way which presents it in a correct light, without being preachy or anything. He kind of tried to create a balance between entertaining, making it, entertaining for all sort of audiences, and including the strong message that was the basic aim of the film. So I feel like his vision gave me the confidence, and the fact that I had a co-actor like Ayushman, who I feel does these thought-provoking portrayal of characters very responsibly. So there was this whole team who was coming together, keeping in mind the responsibility, the sensitivity, and the sensibility of a subject like this.
Sure.
This is the first time I'm playing or representing a community which I've never done or dealt with on a daily basis before. So there's this whole self-inflicted pressure and responsibility that you feel for your, on your own. And that was my biggest fear, that what if, I don't want her to become, one of the butt of the jokes. And I'm not trying to invalidate their identity, because at the end of the day, I am a cis girl representing a community where I perhaps wouldn't know the detailing of and the complexities that they deal with in their daily lives. So that for me was the challenge, I won't deny. But I'm just happy that I had a very fine director in Gattu. I did a lot of research, many interviews and documentaries that I hogged every single day while I was filming.
Particularly,
there's so many, and everybody had. Even though they share the same common grounds of impartial, the kind of stigma and phobia they have to deal with is pretty much common amongst all. But some of them were everybody is brave, but some of them were so forthcoming, who had to strip naked in about their lives in front of such a huge audience, and were compelled to speak about their body parts, the transition, which are so goddamn personal. You and I, as girls, we feel scared, to open up so much. So I think that really made me realize how wise and brave they are. What a solid core they have, and we as a society, we are missing out on that if we don't include it. Because they need to be celebrated and they deserve all the love with dignity and respect.
of course, I don't think Bollywood has been responsible in any way in showing a lot of subjects like this before, in the very commercial mainstream way. Even, you know, when it comes to cross-dressing, it's always a lot of jokes where men in sexy attire are supposed to pretend to be women, and it's not supposed to be in any way empowering them.
Yeah.
It's just supposed to. I feel like the references that we have also been a little scary.
Yeah.
Did you think about that? And
of course. That is why the treatment of Manvi was so important. How are you presenting her, from the way she looks? How she would have, you know, we've had discussions over what eyeshadow is she going to apply. Will it be loud? Will it be subtle? What nail paint? What's the length of the nail to how her hair is going to be kept throughout the film? Some people might make a comment about, oh, how, you know, her hair was perfectly blow dried in a situation where there's an intense scene going on. She is somebody who's missed out a lot in her life while growing up, you know, where there are a lot of desires and embedded dreams which could never be culminated because of whatever XYZ factors of the society, your family, this, that, you're trying to fight against your own instinct of being a girl, and you have to kind of be dressed in a certain way. You have to be dressed like a boy, talk like a boy. All of that after a transition for a person like that would want to explore to look their best, no matter what the situation is, because there's also a certain, maybe, how do you say, you know, there are some people who, I mean, they could be a bit conscious of their looks, a little extra maybe, because they feel, okay, you know, we've transitioned, we hope you're not getting the wrong eye, we hope that we're not standing out in the wrong way for people also, because they don't want that whole bullying or trolling, or nobody wants that, nobody likes that. So I feel like even for a Manvi, just for her specifically, she was wanting to fit in, you know, and fit in a beautiful way, in a very dignified way, and kind of explore the charm of being a girl and celebrate that every single day, which you and I might be taking for granted. Something like that doesn't come that easy to them, you know. So nitty-gritties like those were very much taken care of and discussed in detail.
Even the heels in the gym. When
yeah, she's somebody who wants to celebrate herself being a woman, and that feeling, that desire might not hit me or you as hard as it, you know, coming from them. There are a lot of people who are still, who we come across in our lives, are ignorant or oblivion, you know, they are happily living a life in the oblivion. So how do you tackle those mindsets? Because she's constantly coming across people who might appreciate her beauty, the external beauty, but when she has to somehow come out in the open and maybe address that I've had a different past, it's that mindset that creates that barrier, which is unfair for her to constantly keep fighting. So it takes so much for a person, for people like you and I, when we fall for someone or we are interested in somebody, we have to put ourselves out there. It is hard, you know, whether or not that person's going to accept us wholeheartedly. So that fear, I think, or that knowing, the unknowing is what's scary, I guess.
When we talk about judgments that a trans girl face, you know, it's way worse than even we as women face.
Yeah,
but of course, when it comes to the standards of beauty, whether it's particularly female actors, go through it so much. When you enter the industry, there's a certain expectation to look a certain way, to be a certain way, and nothing is ever enough. I'm sure you've been through. I want to hear that, and how today, through what you went through, and how you have reached this state of being content.
You know, as people, forget as just actors, I think as people, and no matter what field you are, of course our field is a lot to do with your appearances, because at the end of the day there are people sitting everywhere ready to pass a judgment on how good you are, and it's never going to be enough for anybody, I feel, at the end of the day. And it's not a prerequisite for an actor to look their finest, most conventional, prettiest, most, because at the end of the day you're here as an actor. Now I feel that this is someone's physical appearance is their personal choice. No matter what you do with it, it is your personal choice, you know. And I've also realized that not everything in life needs a reaction. Not everybody needs to be responded or reacted to. Sometimes you just gotta kind of like block those views and those judgments which are kind of not adding up to your life, you know. And of course you pick and you keep the constructive feedback from it. But at the end of the day, you know, you got to like deal with your own crippling insecurities, no matter what it be, you know, be it your craft, be it the way you appear. Nobody's perfect, and you gotta eventually, yeah, you can strive to be, give your best at whatever you want to, but at the end of the day, I think, you also evolve and you become wiser as an individual.
And maybe that is how you look at the entire trolling as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, see, it's a cesspool. If you see, social media can be very negative at times. It depends on, which is why I think it depends on what kind of a use are you making, of social media platforms. Most people tend to kind of pivot towards projecting a lot of, I don't know, insecurity of their own or hate, and it is nothing to do personally. Trust me, those people don't know us personally. It's nothing personal. It's just a projection of what they feel, which could be stemming from a lack of some love, some acceptance in their own lives, and maybe that gives them the edge to feel better. So I think if at all, we could just empathize with them and move on.
Wow, Vaani. You're truly
I am
a
no
nice
Mother
person.
Teresa, but yeah, I am.
That is, but no, I know what you mean, of course, out there. But it's interesting that you look at it that way. I think for your own calmness, sanity, you need to probably be like that, right? I also, now here's what I did. I went and I researched about comments of how people, I didn't have to do much of it. The way people go to female actors' Instagram and comment, I went through a lot of pictures and stuff. Now here's the most disturbing part of it. Yeah. Even in the film, I'm sure you've come across, there'll be comments about wo to khud hi mard lagti hai. Now here, in this one comment, they have not just they're not just trying to insult the actor or you, they're also trying to insult what you're trying to do here. You know what I mean? I want to know, I'm sure these thoughts must have come to your head, and this must be feeling like, you know what? I'm going to do a film like this, and one day I hope that people like this who comment will realize what a disservice you're doing to people who are actually trans women, who will read that.
Yeah, rightly put. I mean, this film, they can benefit a lot from a film like this, to be honest, and maybe have a deep understanding of where they stand in life. But the thing is, like I said, I mean, it's coming from their own lack of self-confidence or self-likability. Maybe they somewhere deep down feel like they're falling short, and it's the crab mentality. When you pull somebody else down, you don't feel as insecure about yourself because you're like, okay, we are all on the same page, we are on the same level, so nobody's more than me. It's a mindset. It's just a psychological behavior and reasoning they might have. But at the end of the day, we all have, as people, like whoever these people are who are saying these things, what defines what is too feminine, what is too masculine? Exactly. We all, at the end of the day, have certain features which are sharp, certain features which are soft. There are people transitioning if they don't identify with their gender. So who's to decide what? And everybody has a very different lens to view beauty. And I don't think my debate, I'm going to stoop to a point where I need to have a debate with those people. We are trying to make an impact through the medium of cinema.
Exactly. So sometimes your ideals do reflect in the work you choose, don't they? In a way, you want to do that.
I mean, of course, you want to stand for something you believe in, and it's easier for you to be convinced in putting that out in your work, because that is the stand I also like to take personally. I would never want to, I believe that there needs to be a big inclusivity for all people, trans people as well in the society, and that is what I stand for personally, which is why something like this would attract me as an actor.
You've been very selective in what you pick, and you've always said that, I need to get the role, so what do? I don't want to go on a random spree, right? But it hasn't really been easy. But there is an assumption that life's easy for you because, you're with a production house like YRF and all of that. But I want you to remind us and everybody else that I don't think it was that easy for you.
No, of course not. I mean, I think, sure, there are many more people who probably have to go through a lot to get their first break, and there is a lot of struggle, and I'm not taking anything away from them. But we all chart different courses individually in our lives, and this has been mine, and I can vouch that it's not been easy because, like you said, I've had to wait out. My wait periods have been crazy long. I have skipped I've skipped years and chosen to sit at home rather than pick up things that don't excite me or interest me, And it's easy to like be in it for fame and money. You know, as a girl, you do 5 commercial big films or 10 big films or just any entertaining films where you come, you dance, you go, and you make crazy amount of money and you bounce, because a lot of people do that, and I don't think it's wrong. There's no right or wrong to it, but I wanted to do something valuable and more meaningful, which luckily I also got in a Chandigarh where I could showcase, a performance at length, in my performance. And I'm hoping in future I could get the same.
And also, like, getting the deal with YRF must be not easy, no?
Yeah, I mean, I did, honestly, I did do rounds of auditions with them, and it took months, to be honest. After my Should They See Romance, I did a South film with YRF again. I learned a different language altogether for it, 2 different languages, Tamil and Telugu. Then I came back for Befikre. I wasn't even aware that Adi Chopra is making that film, Shanu, I was dealing with a Shanu Sharma who was consistently been auditioning me for months and months without knowing what I'm auditioning for, and the fact that I was willing to wait it out for something which is unknown to me, just so that, okay, you know what, let me give it a try, let me give it my all. I waited out for months and months. Finally, I got the film. And then, yeah, I think I had to learn French for that movie. Then again, there was a lull period for me because Befikre didn't live up to the standards of everyone. And then, yeah, so I think it's not been that breezy for me.
Yeah, see, I know of it.
But they're like, oh yeah, she's lucky she got it, yeah. Sure, I got lucky with Yash Raj films because I feel like they're very good people to work with.
Yeah.
But nobody can write your destiny. It's in your hands, and you're at the steering wheel, driving your own car.
And with the decision that you made for doing a film like Chandigarh, I want to give full points to you for that.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll see so much more.
Hope so. That's my
100%.
That is my desire.
I'm putting all the pressure on you. But tell me, have you Googled yourself sometimes? Have you
I
ever
used to, and then I gave up, and I'm like, oh my god, people like again those nasty trollers and this and that. I was like, this is not worth it. I'm just gonna like let my PR team send me good articles where they're saying such lovely things about me, and I'm happy reading that.
But that's actually.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Lots of love.
Thank you.